Hello, friends, and thank you for supporting This Day in Jack Benny. This is a bonus episode. Jack Benny was not only a star on radio, but also television. And not only was he a star on his own program, he would sometimes be the guest star on other programs. Like, for example, What's My Line? What's My Line was a game show in which a celebrity panel would try to guess the occupation of a person. So the person would come in, they would write down their name on a chalkboard, and then the title screen would show their occupation, but the panel wouldn't see it, and they would guess what the occupation was. It might be something like a hat check girl, or an exterminator, or a chimpanzee trainer. And sometimes they had celebrity guests. In those cases, the panel would put on blindfolds so they wouldn't just recognize the celebrity. So in this first episode, Jack Benny goes to the blackboard and signs in Jack Benny. One visual gag, at one point, Steve Allen puts his glasses over top of his blindfold. So here it is from February 8th, 1953.
And now, What's My Line? Brought to you by Stop at Spray Deodorant. Poof, there goes perspiration. Poof Deodorant Body Powder, the body powder you spray. Finesse Shampoo, the new flowing cream shampoo. All in the first truly functional cosmetic containers, far easier to use. All created by Dr. Jules Montagnier, the famous cosmetic chemist. Time now to enjoy What's My Line?
Now let's meet our What's My Line panel of well-known personalities whose lines you already know. First, the popular columnist whose voice of Broadway appears in the New York Journal American and papers coast to coast, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
On my left, the clever young humorist who stars in his own television show on Monday nights on another network, Mr. Steve Allen.
Thank you. And on my left, one of the lovely ladies of radio and television, whose right eye has just returned from a week in Miami. We're very happy to have it back with us this week. Arlene Francis.
All the better to wink at you with. And on my left, our favorite comedy writer who has written for all the great comedians, including Ken Murray, whose new show started tonight, our Pixie panelist, Hal Dimples Block.
Ken did a swell show tonight. And on my left, one of the, well, I would say the greatest news commentator, the greatest master of ceremonies, and the greatest writer. He wrote this introduction, John Daly.
Too many superlatives, couldn't be mine. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line, presented by Stopette. Once again tonight, we have some nice people who have come to visit us and brought with them their occupations. We think they're occupations which will give my friends on the panel some trouble. We also hope that they will give our guests a chance to carry home some prizes. And now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity. My friends on the panel would most certainly recognize our famous guest on sight. So, as usual, we have provided them with blindfolds. Are those blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes, John.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please?
I forgot you.
As you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we always dispense with the usual preliminaries. We get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Miss Arlene Francis.
Well, we've already had Arthur Godfrey, so unless we're doing a repeat for the West Coast, this can't be he. Are you in the entertainment business?
No question.
Have you appeared in pictures? Are you male? Take the little one. What? Yes?
Maybe airmail.
Yes, is the answer to that, Miss Arlene.
And you've appeared in television? And radio? Well, there's nothing very much left then. Would you be considered a comedian? Would you consider yourself a leading man?
I would say that our guest is handsome enough to be a leading man and young enough to be a leading man and is very probably considered a leading.
But he doesn't consider himself a leading man?
I think probably he also considers himself a leading man.
Would I consider you a leading man? Well, are you primarily known as a comedian? Is that your forte? Or are you also a straight actor?
No, one question at a time.
All right. Are you primarily known as a comedian? Do you do anything besides act? I mean by that, do you play a musical instrument or sing? You do one of those things? Are you a singer?
1 down and 9 to go. Mr. Brown.
Well, have you been on a television show in the last year? Happen to have. Have you ever had your own show in radio or television? Have you ever been featured in a picture? And this isn't your great racket? You know something? You should just stick to being a comedian. In addition to being a comedian, you do something else. Do you play an instrument? Oh! I bet you thought I knew what I was talking about. Is it by any chance a very popular instrument? Something that most people have in the home?
Well, to the degree that people have an interest in music, you might find this in a great many homes.
Is it possibly something with strings?
Strings, yes.
Is it the piano?
That would make it
Well, pianos have strings.
2 down and 8 to go. Miss Kilgallen.
Have you ever appeared on the New York stage? Were you a comedian then, too? When you work as a comedian, are you usually in proximity to people who are known as stooges or supporting players, I suppose, more politely?
Well, are you in proximity to supporting players when you are performing as a comedian?
I mean that, is he that rather than a monologist?
Whatever became a ha-ha.
Did I get a yes on that?
You go on from there. Actually, I think, Miss Kilgallen, that we would have to admit that our guest is, on many occasions, a monologist, and on other occasions, you will find that he uses supporting players.
He seems to do everything. Do you have a regular radio program of your own? And do you use supporting players on that? Steve, I'll pass to you while I cogitate.
All right, Mr. Allen, let's see what you can do. We have about 2 minutes and a half to go.
While you're cogitating, why don't you think it over?
I'm going to try to.
Let's see. Does your wife ever work with you when you work? That's too bad. I want to speak to your agent about that. Do you by any chance ever work with your orchestra leader? I mean, is he a part of your entourage? Is your hair... Are you having a little trouble with your hair?
Is that properly a no answer? Okay, that's 3 down and 7 to go.
He's having no trouble with his hair. He has hair.
Looks grand.
Have you hair?
It is both full and handsome. Go on from there, Miss Gretchen.
Let me see now. Have you ever been on the road to anything in a picture?
That makes it 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Block.
I'd like to find out what Steve was thinking of.
Now, we have only about 55 seconds to go, Mr. Block.
I'd like to, too.
Well, are you in New York in a vehicle right now?
No, he's on a stage in a theater. That's 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, are you usually in California?
Are you usually in California?
Is that where you live? Mm-hmm. Well, if you work with your wife and you play a stringed instrument and you have hair, even if it isn't all your own, are you Jack Benny?
Jack Bennett! Thanks very much. And Jack, can you say hello to the family, please? And because I know they want to say hello to you. Thanks very much for coming to visit.
If I would have only asked if he was 39.
No. Could I ask just one question?
Why, sure.
Do I get paid for tonight?
And now, this is John Daly saying, good night, Dorothy.
Good night, Steve.
Good night, Arlene.
Good night, Hal.
Good night, Jack.
Oh, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production in association with the CBS Television Network.
What a fun episode of What's My Line, but that wasn't the only time Jack Benny was the guest. In this episode, he signs in as Heifetz, after the famous violinist. This episode's from June 21st, 1959.
What's My Line? Brought to you by Sunbeam, the best electric appliances made. The deluxe Sunbeam Mixmaster food mixer, the beautiful Sunbeam automatic percolator, and the new Sunbeam radiant control toaster. Now, let's all play What's My Line?
And now let's meet our award-winning What's My Line panel. First, the delightful star of stage and television, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now, one of the wittiest and most respected men in television, the man that has made the bread box a national institution, Mr. Steve Allen. You're welcome. Thank you.
Very nice. And on my left, young lady who is a very brilliant actress, as you all know, but you may not be as familiar as I am with the fact that she's also a very fine cook, seamstress, mother, homemaker, Miss Jayne Meadows.
And now, a gentleman who is very well known to all of you as a publisher, an author, a columnist, and the husband of the very beautiful Phyllis Cerf, but I think even on this very special night, he would rather be introduced as the father of the very handsome Christopher and John Cerf. Mr. Bennett, Cerf.
Steve, it's nice to have you back casting your bread box on the waters. Well, we've been having a meeting, the panel, to confirm as panel master John Daly, and despite the fact that some of his answers are very evasive and very misleading, we've confirmed him. I hope the president is listening. So here's our panel moderator, John Charles Daly.
Bennett is going down to Washington tomorrow. Going to talk to the American Library Association tomorrow night. And I'll contact the American Library Association and see who's been misleading whom the following day. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line. It's good to have Mrs. and Mr. Allen back with us. Steve, as you know, spent so many months with us. And it is my fond hope that we can celebrate Steve's return by sticking the panel on every single contestant we have tonight. Now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity. And the panel, as you all know, is asked to blindfold itself for this particular phase of the program. Blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? We use a different form of questioning for this portion of the program. You'll ask one question at a time in turn, moving clockwise, and we'll begin it all with Bennett, Cerf.
Well, there's been a lot of hilarity added to that wild cheering. May we assume that the mystery guest is a comedian?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Cranston?
Do you appear in motion pictures? Was that weak?
This means that our guest has. Mr. Allen?
I was as interested as Bennett in the audience reaction. There was a lot of whistling and screaming and punching of ushers and that sort of thing. Are you would you call yourself well, not you maybe, but would anyone call you a glamorous figure?
Would you like to read? We have a little problem here. Our guest is certainly glamorous in the connotation of great reputation. But can I have a small conference, please? I would say then glamorous in terms of great reputation, but not glamorous necessarily in the more modern application of that term.
John?
By which I meant to say he wasn't a pretty boy, and I'll defend that statement in any open court.
Never mind all that. Who just did what to who here?
Well, we're not sure here yet. Miss Meadows.
I just got a kiss, darling, from this unglamorous comedian.
Oh.
Would this comedian be a romantic figure? Or was that kiss misleading?
We've had several committee meetings. We didn't need him. No. That's, 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf. I must have missed one.
I'd like to ask a rather personal question. Do Misha Elman and Yasha Heifetz scream with horror at mere mention of your name?
Oh, shut up.
I must say one thing.
Is romantic.
Yes. You made the whole book, then. You're romantic.
That was as nice a kiss as you've gotten in a long Steve.
Now, we had a real problem to tussle with. Jack was so sure that no matter what he did with his voice, how high he drove it, somebody would recognize it, that he wanted me to answer for him. We decided we couldn't do that. So he tried to get it all the way up there. But I guess you still gave him
I want to know one thing. How can this show afford me? Or do we all get the same money?
I think we all, what is it? They call it, mine just says scale.
You know, I was here for 4 days. I was on Sullivan's show tonight and this show, and I've lost money on the 4 days.
But I think you're just getting in training to go back to Waukegan, because I think that you all would be interested to know that Jack is going back Wednesday this week, is it not?
Yes,
the city of
my hometown.
Waukegan will honor its first citizen. And the boy who made good in a great big way goes home.
They think that I put Waukegan on the map, but it's not true. Waukegan really put me on the map. That's a fact.
Well, I think it's...
I'd like to buy some of that Confederate money, but I'm the fella, Arlene, that wanted to buy it.
Pay off your cast with it. Pay off your cast with it.
We got a special interest, actually, Jack, in your comings and goings now, because you're going to be just ahead of us next fall, twice a month.
That's right. I'll be on at 10 o'clock starting next year.
On Sunday
right
night.
ahead of you.
Right ahead of us, and we'll be quite
I'll
frustrated.
try and have good shows for you, Bennett.
We know this is going to help us a lot. A great big deal. Wonderful to see you, Big Sir. Always nice to see you. Until next week, then, this is good night, Miss Francis, who will be in Westport doing Once More with Feeling this week.
Thank you, John. Good night. Good night, Steve. Lovely to have had you with us.
Nice to have been here, Arlene. Thank you. And, well, I can't say good night, Jayne, so, so I'll see you later, Jayne, and good night, Bennett.
Good night, Bennett. Have a nice trip in Washington.
Thank you. If you see Gertrude Berg in Japan, say hello to her from me.
Will do. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
Transportation for contestants on What's My Line is arranged by United Airlines. What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Todman. This is Hal Sims speaking.
What's My Line from 1959. He returned one more time. This time he signed in as Kabelski, his real last name, and they put up the occupation concert violinist. Here it is from June 5th, 1966.
What's My Line? Brought to you by Westinghouse. You can be sure if it's Westinghouse. And now let's all play What's My Line? And now, live from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the delightful star of stage, screen, and television, Miss Phyllis Newman.
Good evening. It's my pleasure now to introduce a young man who's a very talented actor and comedian, whose new film opens in August, and the title is, are you ready? Bang, Bang, You're Dead. Mr. Tony Randall.
Yes, I'm ready.
Oh.
It is a great pleasure as ever to introduce a charming and brilliant lady who this coming Sunday morning will be presented an honorary Doctor of Humanities degree at Cayuga College near Syracuse, New York, Arlene Francis.
And now a gentleman who is a doctor of all trades. But tomorrow morning he is doing a commencement speech and becoming a doctor of laws at Western Maryland College in Westminster. Here's Bennett, Cerf.
We can see this panel is dying by degrees.
Oops.
Well, our panel moderator's been up in his favorite state again this week, New Hampshire, where the sap is running. And here he is. I mean, here's John Charles Daly.
That's no way for an incipient doctor of laws to be talking, I must say, this after's running. We had our commencement up at Tilton School this weekend, and we had Governor King honor us by making our commencement address, Bennett, and he agreed with our speech teacher's rule for commencement addresses. I don't know if we could make any sense with you with it. It's be brave, be brief, and be seated. That'll help you tomorrow.
I think that's sound advice.
Good. Now, it's nice to have Miss Newman
Thank you.
and Mr. Randall with us, and to celebrate their being here, I think you all get your blindfolds out there. Good reasons why we will want you to blindfold yourselves on this first go-around. We're going for an occupation, but at the same time, we feel there's a possibility that, so get your blindfolds on. There's a possibility that one or more of you might learn too much, if you can see. So if you put your blindfolds on, we'll get ready to start things off, and later on we'll have a famous mystery guest before the panel, too. Blindfolds all in place now, panel?
Yes, sir.
Then it's time to meet our first contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? All right, now, I think since we're not going to give you any further information, we should, however, take an opportunity to let the audience at home and the audience in the theater know exactly what our contestants' line is. All right, panel, I guess the best thing to do is to tell you that our contestant is salaried and deals in a service. And with that beginning, we'll begin with Phyllis Newman.
Thank you. From that reception that you got, can I assume that if you walked down the street, people would mob you and say hi and know who you were?
No.
There's a great deal of modesty in that answer. Let's give you a qualified yes, and you can go on.
A qualified yes. Are you in the world of entertainment?
Yes.
Do you always speak like that? When you do what you do people pay No, do they sit home and watch you on television?
No.
No?
Well, I would have to say
They
that...
never watch you on television?
Well, you say ever watch. We would have to agree there's a possibility that sometimes, you know, you get another qualified yes.
Are you in any way musical as well?
Are you in any way musical?
Yeah.
How old are you? No. No. What I mean to say is your age somewhere between 35 and 40?
No.
That's one down and not to go. Mr. Randall.
There was such laughter when your occupation was announced that may I assume that the occupation we are to get is a sideline of yours?
No.
Or at least we'd hate to put it that
way. I don't know where I am.
Well, neither do I. That makes two of us. Well, actually, our contestant has so many areas of activity that...
But there was laughter. There was laughter when the occupation was introduced as if it were a surprise, so that if it were a famous actor, the fact that he raises hogs might be what we're after, something like that.
Well, in that context, there's I think, area for you to play, right?
I see. I also had the funny feeling that there might be more than one person there, is there?
No.
Two down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you very familiar to audiences, and have you been for some years?
Yeah.
Might Rome burn while you fiddled?
Yes, for heaven's sake.
I could tell from Bennett Cerf's silly grin on his face that he knew it the minute I walked on.
As you opened your mouth, Jack.
Yeah, the minute I opened. You know what I wanted to do? That's why I kept hitting you.
I
all
lost
the
my
time.
right arm. Every time Jack said
because
he
no
backed me.
matter what you were going to ask me about whether I've ever been on television, I was going to say no. Because you have to guess. First place, my name on there was not Jack Bennett.
What was it, Jack?
Kabelsky, my right name. And I'm a violin soloist, and that's what you'd have to guess.
All I was going to ask was the Stradivarius whirl in his grave when every time you pick up a fiddle. How would you have answered that, Jack?
The Stradivarius what?
Whirl in his grave every time you pick up a fiddle.
Well,
Only with applause.
Not Stradivarius. Now, it could be that Guarnerius would. Being jealous that I'm not playing a Stradivarius. This could happen.
But you are between 35 and 40.
Yes. Easily. Easily. I'm easily between that.
And Phyllis, our defense there is that is perfectly true as Jack Benny, but as Kubelski, the concert violinist, no.
Oh, well, of course.
There we have more age, right?
And in fact, I'm
dignity.
giving a concert next month, July 23rd, at the, what's the big place here? Outdoor.
Philharmonic.
The Lewiston Stadium.
Lewisham Stadium.
Lewisham Stadium.
Lewisham Stadium. When
And
you're
I'm
gonna-
frightened to death. You know why? It's the only concert that I will ever have given where I get paid. And to think that I'm charging them for this is murder.
Well, you're going to give a concert tomorrow. If I read my Sunday Times, you're going to be up at
Westbury.
Westbury Long Island Music Fair.
I'm going to play.
You'll be there tomorrow?
That's right.
You're going to
be
be
there
You
for
do
a
that
week.
every night, aren't you?
Yeah, for
For a
6
week?
nights.
But you're going to play,
Yeah.
aren't you?
And then I'm going to Dallas, Texas to play for 2 weeks. If any of you folks are going to be in Dallas, I'll be there for 2 weeks at the State Farm Auditorium. I have tickets now, in case you want to buy them.
Oh, I thought you were just going to distribute them.
Huh?
You mean these are for sale? Huh?
My tickets?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, I'll tell you why. They're really not for sale. I'm giving them away because I'm actually Kabelsky. I'm not Jack.
Not Jack.
No.
Fine. Good. Well, you've been a wonderful Kabelsky, Jack. And
Thank
this
you.
was great fun for us, and thanks for being a part of it, because we
You're
did have
welcome.
some fun with that
Thank
chap. We'll have another contestant for you in just a moment.
Pleasure to be here as always. Good night, Tony.
Good night, Phyllis. Good night, Arlene.
Good night, Prince. Good night, Bennett. Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor. Good night, John.
Good night. By the way, Bennett's going out to Milwaukee on Thursday as a doctor, and probably he'll take his scalpel along, even though they make him a doctor of laws. And don't forget the rule of Governor John King of New Hampshire. Be brave, be brief, and be seated.
Brief is the best.
Brief is the best. Well, they're lucky to have you, and many congratulations on your degree, and congratulations to you too, Arlene, and thanks to all of you for being with us on What's My Line?
What's My Line is a CBS Television Network production in association with Mark Woodson and Bill Cotton. This is Johnny Olson speaking.